The newest poll should make Boris worry. That's what I want to talk about in this video. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Mark. Welcome to my channel and welcome to a new quick Brexit video. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Click the small bell and the notifications so you won't miss another of my Brexit videos. The latest poll that's come out yesterday is the one that did the survey latest as well. You know, there are many polls published on this weekend, but you have to have a close look on the dates when they really asked the people. And because of these facts, Boris Johnson might get worried a little bit. Because the latest two polls that were surveyed last from all the polls that were published on the weekend don't have the best numbers for Boris, and especially the last one only shows a 6% majority. And not to forget, in every poll there's about 3-4% error margin. I talked about that before, and so it's not that big of a landslide victory to pre-celebrate as we all expected from the earlier polls. As you know, I'm a politician myself. I was standing in an election. I'm holding a local seat at the moment, and I always had a close look at these polls and took care of the details. And this time you have to do that again, because if you look at all the polls that came up recently, especially the one poll Labour was expecting and hoping for on Sunday, that wasn't the big one. That wasn't even one with a very large number of people asked. The Sunday published poll, which showed still a big majority for the Conservatives, 1,000 people were asked, but they were asked last week. The newest poll that came out late yesterday, first of all, more than 2,000 people have been asked, and they were asked until Monday. And in that poll, there was only a 6% majority left for Boris. And the same was with a poll that was asked until Sunday. There was a 7% majority. But you know, 6% in a national poll, we talked about this before as well, it's a national poll that doesn't say anything about the single constituencies, and you can easily have 6% lead nationwide but not gain the majority of the seats. So it's not time to celebrate. Of course, there's still a good chance for Boris Johnson winning this election, but except in the videos where I really tell you my personal view on some matters because I feel forced to, I really try to be objective, and so I really want to be objective about this one, because some media who are on one side or the other are presenting things not very objective, and that includes the polls. Because there's another fact on the newest polls. There was another one for Wales only, where the Conservatives in this poll would gain a lot of seats, and they got closer to Labour. But what you don't see if you just look at these numbers, if you see they got, I think, only 3% behind Labour and they gain 8 seats, you have to have a look on these 8 seats. They are so marginal, with just a few votes, that they're all within the margin of survey error, and there's a good chance that they will get none of these 8 seats in addition to the 8 seats they were holding already, and that they could go to Labour, because the margins in this survey were so close that in the end it doesn't say anything. That is why I'm talking about a lot of polls recently. I know many of you say the polls are all manipulated depending on who is ordering them, but a lot of these companies have a code of conduct, and they really try hard to do the best they can, and they don't try to move a poll one way or the other. And they do deliver important messages, and the most important messages of the newest polls is that the gap is closing, because if you look from a week ago until yesterday evening, in the polls, the gap now is closing. Of course, Labour is still behind, but because of another fact you can see in these polls, they're not that far behind anymore. Because one other thing you can see in these news polls is tactical voting seems to kick in. Because Labour is rising, not in big numbers, but they are rising in these polls, and the Lib Dems are going down. And in the case of Wales, the Lib Dems and Plaid Cymru are going down, and there seems to be tactical voting playing a bigger and bigger role. People are making up their minds who they're going to vote for to either get Brexit or to prevent Brexit. Although some other things slowly shows in some parts of the country that people are really fed up with Brexit, and the importance of Brexit towards the day of the election in some parts of the country is lowering. It's still the most important topic, but not as important for that many people as it was only weeks ago. So it remains exciting. We really have to wait for the results on Thursday, and even one day in a campaign for a politician takes ages because so much can happen, and there obviously you can make a lot of mistakes in a campaign, and some happened, and another trouble for the Conservatives we're going to talk in my next video tomorrow. So have a look, have a nice day, and see you soon.